Now, a common question I get from clients who have a local business, a physical brick and mortar store, they ask, what about the orders I get in my store? What about orders I get over the phone? How do I track these conversions? Since they aren't being tracked with the Facebook Pixel online. These aren't the same as online conversions that the Pixel can track, but Facebook does allow you to track these events via offline events. Facebook's offline conversion measurement solution allows you to track when transactions occur in your physical retail store or other offline channels after people see or engage with your Facebook ad. So by matching transaction data from your customer database or point of sale system in your brick and mortar store with Facebook ads reporting of offline events, you can better understand the effectiveness of your advertising campaigns across all objectives on Facebook, Instagram, and the Audience Network. So you can now bridge the gap between online and offline worlds. So I'm sure you've seen the offline events tracking option in your Facebook ads creator. It is the final option before you place your order at the ad level. So the section heading is offline tracking. To enable this, you'll simply click that offline event set bubble. Then you'll click the offline event set button to select which offline event set you want to track offline events from. But we'll first need to create that offline event set. This consists of an upload of an offline purchase file. For example, this includes the customer contact info and the product purchased from your brick and mortar store. Then Facebook will match up the users who were shown your ad to the users in the offline events you uploaded, and therefore show you which offline events were derived from this ad campaign. To get started with offline events, go to business.facebook.com/offline_events. Do note, you will need a business manager account in order to create and upload offline events. So now click that Get Started button. You can also access your offline events from your Ads Manager by clicking the top left menu, then under this drop-down menu, select Offline Events under the Assets column. So once you click that Get Started button on the Offline Events page, you will land on this page where you will be prompted to upload offline events to your new specific offline event set. See, Facebook has already created an event set for us, the default offline event set for Course Envy. So first things first, name this specific event set by clicking that edit pencil in the top left. You can also add a description to this event as well for further clarity. So a common description I use here for clients is orders over the phone. Also notice the Create Offline Event Set button in the top right. For each varying offline event, I like to make a separate event set for businesses. Now before we can upload our first offline events, I want to teach you a bit more about how this data looks. Offline event sets are groups of data about offline actions. Remember, actions aren't captured by the Facebook Pixel. These offline events your business uploads to Facebook. So when you create an ad, you can connect to an offline event set that lets you attribute actions that happen offline back to your Facebook ads. The data in your offline event set should contain identifiers that allow matching of offline events to people in your target audience so that Facebook can measure the events you specify as a result of people seeing or engaging with your Facebook ads. So you'll want to input your offline customer info into a special formatted .csv template. I've attached an example Excel to this lecture resources. As you can see in this example, I've included most of the data types we can use for an offline event upload. To get the highest match rate possible from your data, include as many data types or identifiers as you can. You can use as little as a single column file to create an audience, such as a list of emails only. But you may not see as many matches as you would if you used additional data identifiers. So basically, the more identifiers, the better. You'll get more accurate tracking from Facebook. So if you're using multiple data types, make sure your data is organized into separate columns that correspond to the types Facebook accepts. For example, don't include a single column for full names. Instead, use 2 columns, one for first names, one for last names. Also use the correct column headers, such as FN for first name and LN for last name, and so on. Doing so helps Facebook auto-detect these data types. So now that you have an Excel file built of customers that have completed an offline event, click the Upload Offline Events button to upload that file. So just click that Upload Offline Events button. Here you'll upload your Excel CSV file of customers who made offline events, such as purchases. So as you can see, I input the email for the people who made purchases and all the other info I have about them, including the conversion event, event time, what's the event name, purchase, then the value of that purchase, and the currency. So preparing your customer data file is a mix of the events and identifiers. So first name, email, phone number, and so on. But the Excel will also include the events, such as event time. You can take from these examples. Event name. We know what our standard events are, so we can pull directly from that. For example, purchase. The value, just a number, and then currency. So let's upload that file. Here you can name the file, but this is just an example, so let's just click Next. Now we need to map our data. Make sure Facebook is pulling the correct data from my Excel file. As long as you name the headers correctly, you should be fine. So scroll through this to check and make sure there's no errors. So we did have one error here, event name. Even though I put event name, sometimes it doesn't match. That's fine, we'll select this. Okay, now let's upload. Okay, so I've uploaded this offline event. Now, if you're a brick and mortar business, you get purchases every day. So just assign this task to someone on your team to constantly upload the daily offline events, so you can continually track to see which offline events were derived from what Facebook ads. So besides uploading my daily offline events, also from this offline events page, I like to create an offline event audience. So just click Create Audience. You can create a custom or a lookalike. So select the ad account that you're tracking offline events for. Then select your audience type. You can select everyone in this event set, this offline event. Or you can get more specific, people based on total purchase value, people associated with a specific event type. So this is a common one I use to exclude people who have made a purchase already. Or you can look at it as the other way around. They've made a purchase, so I want to retarget to them because they're a high value person and I want them to come back into the store again. So I'm going to market to them promos, coupons, and so on. After you upload offline event sets, the sets are matched against your active ad campaigns that have that offline event tracking selected. So to view which campaigns drove which offline events, go to your Ads Manager, then click the Columns dropdown and select Offline Conversions from the drop-down menu. It may take a bit of work to set this up, but the effort is worth it, especially for local brands and businesses that rely on in-store activity.